Hello everyone, my name is Chris from Young Scale Company. This is a video on how to use the JetScan iFX single pocket machine from Cummins, Allison. First, please make sure to have your user guide handy. There's all kinds of good information in here that you can reference to make sure that you are using this machine properly. Especially if you are an outer island customer or a customer in Guam, please make sure to keep your boxes. It's very important if you are shipping things in and out, you have proper packaging material. When you open the box, you'll find the user manual, AC adapter, and the hopper. Again, make sure to keep everything intact just in case you have to ship things back to us. If you are receiving a machine from us, from Young Scale Company, the only thing you will have to do out of the box is attach the hopper. As you can see, there's holes here, and these holes go into here. This is what the hopper should look like once you attach it on both sides. All that's left is plug in your scanner. Make sure the AC adapter is turned on, and this is the on and off switch right here. After you turn it on, it'll take a minute or so to boot up, and it'll bring you to this home screen right here. This is a touch screen. This is where you'll be doing all your functions and whatnot. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the hopper. This is the feeder plate. This is where your money goes in, and this is the stacker where your money comes out. So onto the touch screen, as you can see, there are buttons over here. This number is usually going to be your total amount of the cash you're counting, what type of money you're counting, and what mode. Now let's go over some of the key features that you as the user are going to be using. Probably the most common button you're going to be using is this button, the mode button, which is reflected right here. So right now we're in mixed mode. Mixed mode is for if you have a stack of cash and they're mixed bills like 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, and you would like the total of that amount. That's what you would use mixed mode for. The only two modes that we suggest using with a single pocket iFX machine is either mixed or stranger, and I'll explain why. So when you're putting your money into the machine, first and foremost, you want to make sure that there's no debris in the machine. A lot of errors are caused from paper clips or debris that gets stuck into the machine. So the more that you can eliminate that before the money goes into the machine, the more effective the scanner will work. So before you put it in, you also want to make sure, just like a deck of cards, it's nice and aligned. The more even that it goes in, the better the scanner will work. So once I got it nice and aligned on both sides, I'm just gonna place it here. And I'm not gonna be shoving it in, I'm just gonna be gently placing it on top. Now after you run your money through the machine, as soon as I take the cash from the stacker here, and I place more money on top of here, it's going to start a new batch at 0. So if you don't want the batch to start over at 0 and you want to continue the batch, do not clear money from the stacker here. The pocket does have a limit of 150 bills, so when the pocket limit is reached, then that's when you can clear the stacker, and it'll continue with the same batch. So as I just mentioned, if you have a big stack of cash with a bunch of mixed bills and you want to know the total of that stack, mixed mode is the mode you want to be using. But say you have a big stack of 20s and you want to strap every 25 bills, you want to create a strap. In that case, we would use stranger. So you'd select stranger, press exit. Now as you can see, the mode is now stranger. Now the way Stranger functions is it's going to look at the first bill that goes into the machine, and it's going to look for only that bill. If there's a bill anything other than a 1 in this case, it's going to identify it as a stranger. And that is why we say for strapping, use stranger, because if for some reason another bill sneaks into this pile, like a 5 or a 10, it'll identify it and it'll stop. So let's give it a try. Stranger has been detected. What are you doing here, Mr. Franklin? Let's get this out of here. And we'll press continue. There you go. So it detects anything that's other than a 1. Now to set strap limits, again, you want to make sure you're in stranger mode. You're going to press strap right here. And as you can see, it lists all the denominations along with all the limits right here. So for the $1 bill, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to make a strap every 10 bills. See that? Now I'm going to press exit. And let's try again. So as you can see, the mode is stranger and the strap limit is 10. Strap limit reached. So that means there are 10 $1 bills. As soon as you take it out, start the next strap. There you go. Now every now and then you are going to get errors, and the best way to deal with the errors is to keep your user guide handy, because it'll not only explain what the error is, but it'll also explain the action that you need to take to correct that error. Now if the machine does ever get jammed, it'll usually say transport jam on the screen here, and what you're going to need to do is lift this up, put your 2 thumbs right here on these levers, and you're going to pull down, which releases this, and you're going to gently pull this up. And as you can see, the money can only go from here and it goes right around here. So you should be able to fish out any jam that occurs here, because there's not too many hidden spaces that it can go. Now, once you fish out your jam, or you found the paper clip or whatever that's stuck in here, to close everything back up, you're going to use your 2 thumbs again to pull down, and make sure that this is all the way locked into place, and you're going to hear it lock into place like this. Okay? Push this down, and then you're good to go. For daily cleaning and maintenance, we suggest to clean the machine after every day of use, we suggest getting a can of compressed air, using it in here to get rid of all the dust, because money is really dirty. And then also, if your machine gets really dirty, you can open it up like I showed you earlier, 2 thumbs here, releasing down, pulling this up, and you can get a damp rag. You can put rubbing alcohol or Simple Green on it. Make sure it's not soaking wet. We don't want anything dripping into the machine, but you can have it a little damp if you want. Oh, let me get this money out of the way. And you can see this light right here. This is one sensor. Gunk will build up on here. You can clean this. And there's also a sensor on top if you want to get underneath. There's also a sensor up top here. Make sure to clean. There's a sensor right here. See right there. Clean that. There's also a sensor right here for the stacker. Clean that. And there's also a mirror that it reflects off of right there that you want to be able to clean. And make sure after you're done doing that to put it back properly, snap it back into place, pull this down. And the last sensor you want to make sure is clean is this one right here. Rub it down. Okay. Another thing to pay attention to is this dial here on the top of the machine. As you can see, it has numbers. You want to always make sure that's set at 0. When we send you a machine, we set it to 0, and that should be optimal for everyday money. Alright, I hope you found that video helpful. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to call us. 808-733-0788. Once again, my name is Chris with Young Scale Company. This was a short video on how to properly operate the Cummins, Allison, JetScan iFX single pocket. Have a good day.